Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we're going to do our high clean transition into a front squat. The front squat is an ideal exercise because we have all the weight on one side of our body. That means the muscles on the opposite side of our body have to contract in order to keep our body stable. It's involuntary core contraction. It is a simple way to make your back and your core stronger so that you can learn to endure other athletic activities. Let's review the front squat. We're going to take the L of our hand to the near side L of the kettlebell, hike the weight up, do a good clean, get our forearm vertical. We're going to take our thumb and we're going to try and put it on our collarbone and verticalize this forearm. That becomes more and more important as you add complexity to the movement. Hike the weight back, clean it up, arm out to the side. This is for stability. A lot of people will tip or do something weird. The arm out is just there as a visual reference to make sure our shoulders are square. We go down as low as we can, elbow tracks inside the knee, stand all the way up. Down, stand all the way up. Lock out your legs, squeeze your glutes. We would like to try to point our feet straight ahead in this position. Many trainers will disagree about how straight ahead your feet should be, but I like feet straight ahead because that will allow us to transition into other movements later on. Now let's add the high clean transition into this. Our normal transition is transitioning out in front, which is a hand-to-hand swing. The high transition is down, straight up, change hands. You can see where this is going. Down, straight up, change hands. Add in the front squat. Front squat, stand all the way up. Down, transition, down, up. Down, transition, down, up. Down, transition, down, up. Think of an exercise like this as mountain Pilates. You're shifting the weight back and forth from side to side, which is causing muscles on one side of your body to contract and then the other side to contract. This exercise is a complex movement. It's kind of a monster lift because we have a transition in there, we have a clean, and we have a squat. People will debate whether or not the transition is a move on its own, but I consider it a move on its own because it's moving the load all the way from one side of your body to the other. People who operate in real world environments will appreciate this movement. The real world is not made of symmetrical objects that you can lift in perfect environments. The real world is made of messy loads. Backpacks are weird, sandbags are weird. If you work in construction, bales of shingles or materials are weird. They are almost all offset centers of mass. This exercise allows us to practice getting our core to shift back and forth and to adapt faster and faster and faster to these changing loads. You can take this exercise and you can start with 3 squats on each side, which is 3 cleans on each side, which is 3 transitions on each side, and you can build it up. I like to do it for time because currently I don't have access to heavier weights. I haven't drug any heavier weights out here. I have 16 to 24K, so that's what I'm working with. If you were in a gym, you could jack the weight up if you had more weights and keep your set numbers small. Out here, we're doing this for time. We're turning this into endurance-based activities, like everything in the real world really is. Climbing mountains is real world endurance activities. Gutting through the forest in the snow is a real world endurance activity. There's no 1 rep max out here. There is just keep going, keep going, keep going. So I like exercises like these high transition exercises because they allow us to spell our hands. One side of your body is not getting tired, all that tired at any one point. You're going back and forth, so you're transitioning and you're resting as you're moving. You're learning to be more efficient. You're learning complex physical skill and coordinated skill over time. This has been Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica.